welcome to my channel. Today I am going to be working on a 1,000 subscriber hop for Jessica Michaels. She challenged us to go through her Instagram posts and find a layout to scrap lift. Now I'm going to tell you that was definitely a challenge. The challenge was to just pick one. Her stuff is absolutely amazing. I'll make sure that she is linked below, as well as all of the other creators who are participating in this hop, so that you can have an eye full of eye candy all day long. So I chose a layout from her Instagram, excuse me, and I will pop it up here in the corner for you so that you can see which one I am doing. And I'm going to scrap lift it almost exactly. My theme will be different because I'm going to be using some photos from a military ball that I attended, and I took photos of the fallen soldiers table that was set by the people who set up the ball. So I'm going to be scrapbooking those two photos. I pulled out my print shop. I have not really used my print shop, and so I pulled out some of it, 2 full sheets, and then I pulled out my 6x8 pad, which I think is all that I have cut into. So we'll see what I come up with, and if I do manage to make it just a little bit different than Jessica's. So I'm gonna stop, prepare some things off camera, and then I'll come back and I'll get it sped up so that you don't have to watch molasses cooking. So I'll be right back. So I'm going to use this tumbled glass distress stain dabber, and I'm going to just create the blue mixed media that Jessica Michaels put on her layout. I'm going to use the whole piece of packaging this time to do it. I'm just going to flip it over and then just kind of do a little bit of smooshing. But for the most part, because this isn't a foundations paper or any other type of mixed media paper, this will spread fairly quick and it will soak in fairly quick. So this part is really, really easy. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm also going to add a little bit of sprinkles using the same piece of packaging and a paintbrush, and just gonna kind of tap it on in various places. Ideally, you should do this after the background is dry, because the drops kind of smear into it a little bit more than I intended, but I got what I wanted out of it, and I'm going to come in later with some other a darker color, I believe. So off camera, I matted my photos in some of the pattern paper from my 6x8 pad. I also fussy cut some stars out from the larger piece of pattern paper. And then I used a triangle die set that I have, and I cut some triangles out to make those arrows that Jessica has on her layout. And now I'm just going to kind of start plopping down the stars. I'm gonna fuss around with them a little bit and just kind of get them where I want them. I am using her layout as a guide. I printed it off and it's sitting out of your sight where you can't see. And I've lost something, so I'm picking at my paper and looking for it, but I can't find my other stars is what I've lost. So I do end up finding them here in a second, but I was like, where did I put these stars? I just had them. All right, very annoying. I found the stars, obviously. I'm playing with them here. They were underneath my white little dish on the right-hand side, so I turned off the camera so that I could look for them without bumping the camera. So I had pulled out that piece of acrylic from Bramble Fox to use as my title. I end up not using it, and I use something from the sticker sheet instead. Now, the piece of chipboard that I use at the top of the one photo says change your perspective, And I thought that was very fitting for these photos. As you may know, I am a military wife, and I don't think this was my first ball that I went to, but it was one of the balls I went to when we were stationed at Fort Campbell, and my husband's command team was invited to the MP ball, and as CID agents, they were representing the CID part of the MP Corps. And this was a pretty cool ball because they had little areas set up and staged in the corners. And in this particular corner, they had set up a stage for the fallen soldiers' photos and a table to represent. And on the back wall behind it are pictures of all of the MP Corps lost soldiers. There are not a lot of them, because this encompasses all of the wars, and there were some CID agents on there as well, but most of those are MP officers and soldiers. So anyway, back to this. I am just kind of plopping down the stickers from the sticker sheet. I didn't have the larger stars that Jessica had from her for her layout. I believe that those probably came in her kit, because this was a layout she did for not just for Boys Kit Club. And so I don't have the exact things that she had in her kit, and so I'm just kind of trying to make do. And I'm trying out various things, and I put that tab down below that left photo, and I end up peeling it off because I don't like it. And now I'm going to change my title a little bit, and I'm going to use this sticker that says Super Duper, and then the word thankful, which was from the Simple Stories phrase sheet that I showed at the beginning of the video. Here I am taking off that tab sticker. I'm going to put it back on the sticker sheet, and I'll use it another time. But for now, I think I'm quite happy with the way my title turned out, and so I'm just kind of moving things around just a little bit to get things where I want them. I think for the most part, I'm pretty happy with where I have things placed for now. And yes, I do realize I haven't cut off that branding strip from the top. I do that before I take the final photographs of the layout, so it stays on there the whole time during this video, but I won't forget, I promise. Another note that I would like to make is this layout does not have journaling on it currently, and it was because I forgot to print it beforehand. So I will put some journaling strips on this layout somewhere before I put it away. You're just not going to see it on this video. And I may even just tape or glue them to the back of the layout. We'll see when I get them printed out. For me, this story, the photos tell the story on their own, but for somebody looking through my album, they may not understand what they're looking at, and so I will need to put something on there, either on the back or on the front. So now I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of more of the mixed media. I pulled out my white Mr. Huey's ink spray. This is an old spray from Studio Calico. It is not as saturated as the Delusions White Linen, so I don't use it very often, but it was perfect for this type of use because it doesn't cover up my blue, it just mutes it, which is the look that I was going for. Most of the Mr. Huey's sprays are very saturated. The white just isn't. Now, this yellow ends up being not quite the yellow that I was wanting. It looked great in the bottle, but it ended up being a little darker than I expected. Even after the layout is fully dried, my yellow is darker than I wanted. So I wish I had mixed it with that white Mr. Huey's and muted it some more, but I didn't, and I like how the layout turned out. So here I am taking this, I don't remember what color this one is. This spray from, it's a distress stain, but I don't remember what color it is. And I'm using it to make the darker splatters on the layout. I will also be adding some sequins to this layout as well. So stick around for a few more minutes as you watch me plop some sequins on there. I don't do it with any rhyme or reason. I just end up taking my quick dry glue and putting dots in various places on the layout and just add the sequins as on the dots. So that is kind of my rhyme or reason for the sequins. I just didn't have a method to that, so I just put them where I thought they looked good. I also wished that I had had some black sequins. I don't, which is surprising because when I was designing for Buttons Galore and more, they sent me hundreds of dollars worth of product every 3 months, and I still have so much of that left, but no black sequins. I have black panda bears. I think I have some black penguins, but no black sequins. I just found that kind of funny. So while I finish up the details of this layout, I want to thank you for stopping by my channel today. I really appreciate the people who stop by and say hello. If you liked this video, please click the thumbs up button. And if you're not a subscriber, I'd love to have you subscribe. If you have any comments or questions about my layout or the techniques that I might have used, drop them below and I'll answer them as quickly as possible. I also want to thank you for stopping by because we are celebrating Jessica Michaels' 1,000 subscribers. Congratulations, Jessica. It's been an honor to celebrate with you and hop along with you, and I appreciate helping out my other creators on YouTube and Instagram. So everybody congratulate Miss Jessica, and thank you for stopping by. Have a great day. Bye.